Get prepared. We are going to be going layers deep into the most thought-provoking ideas. I want you to imagine this for a moment. What if the universe is not only something outside of you, something vast, distant, unreachable, but something that exists within you, alive, intelligent, in constant motion, not just as a metaphor, not something that you can say, oh yes, the universe is everywhere, but in a real, physical, biological way. Right now, as you breathe, billions upon billions of cells are working on your behalf. Some are repairing tissue, some are renewing your skin, some are restoring balance in your blood. Others are quietly seeking out and eliminating anything that does not belong in your body, like intruders, damaged fragments, the things that could disrupt harmony if they were left unchecked. All of this is happening without your conscious command. You may not know all the names of all the cells working on your behalf. You may not know the exact steps it takes for these cells to do their work, but that does not matter. They always work without you having to even lift a finger. A universe within. If you could shrink yourself down to the size of a singular cell, you would enter a world as complex and mysterious as any galaxy in the night sky. Your cells are like miniature worlds. Inside them, smaller particles, atoms, hum with activity. Electrons spin around a nuclei like planets around a star, and within these atoms, vast spaces of apparent emptiness. The quantum field. The quantum field is where the normal rules of reality begin to dissolve. It is a place of infinite potential, a realm where matter and energy are interchangeable, where the act of observation can change the outcome, where the foundations of the universe behave in ways that we can barely even understand. We think of the infinite black of the cosmos as something that is out there, but it exists inside you too. The vastness is the same. You are not just the universe is inside you. And even if we can't see something with the naked eye, that doesn't mean that it's not intelligent. That does not mean that it is not life. I mean, we are life compared to everything that is out there. We are this small. Does that not mean that we are complex beings? Does that not mean that we are conscious beings? Of course it does, but we are this small compared to the massive universe that is out there. What if there is literally a universe existing inside of us right now, but it's so small that we don't even give it any of our attention because we can't see it with the naked eye? Think about it this way. Life is multiplying life. One cell divides into two. 2 into 4, 4 into 8, without you asking, without you knowing, your body builds, repairs, and renews itself. Entire microscopic worlds are born, live, and die inside you every second. And this constant renewal is not random. It is coordinated, precise, and efficient. Your heart doesn't wait for your permission to beat. Your lungs don't need instructions to breathe. Your immune system doesn't hesitate to defend you. Life simply continues because that is what life does. Science can explain the chains of events, the chemical reactions, the DNA sequences, the electrical signals, but beneath all that is something even more elusive, a kind of built-in wisdom. How does a cell know instantly when a harmful bacteria enters your body? And how does it know exactly how to respond when this happens? How does it know the difference between a scratch on your skin and an infection in your bloodstream? We can list the steps, yes, but the origin of this intelligence remains unknown. It's almost as though each cell holds a fragment of a universal memory, instructions older than our species, perhaps older than our planet. The great orchestra inside you, stem cells and master builders, when something is damaged, they travel exactly to the site where it is happening and turn exactly into what is needed, either bone, muscle, nerve tissue, immune cells, all very much different from each other. And then You have the immune cells, the guardians. White blood cells detect threats. Natural killer cells eliminate them. T cells coordinate. B cells create long-term defenses. Macrophages clean the aftermath. Mitochondria, the power plants, turning oxygen and nutrients into pure energy, deciding when a damaged cell should be repaired or replaced. All without error. And then your genes, the living instructions. Genes, they are not fixed, they are adaptable, responding to your habits, your environment, and even your emotional state. Then there is your immune system, the communicator, linking every single cell and organ, switching you between deep rest and repair, or fight or flight. All of this is happening right now, perfectly timed, perfectly orchestrated, and you don't have to give a single order for this to happen. It is a consciousness of its own. And the crazy thing is, nature mirrors the same exact pattern. If you step outside your own body for a moment and look at the natural world, you'll see this intelligence everywhere. A forest grows without a single master plan, yet each tree knows when to bud, when to shed its leaves, when to send nutrients to its roots. A beehive functions without one bee understanding the whole system, yet together they build, defend, and adapt perfectly to their environment. Coral reefs grow into complex structures that support entire ecosystems, each tiny polyp contributing to a vast whole, unaware of the beauty and complexity it helps to create. The micro mirrors the macro. The same intelligence that organizes forests and oceans also organizes you. Zoom out even further. Stars give birth to planets. Planets give birth to life. Life gives birth to consciousness. Consciousness gives birth to new ideas, new realities. Zoom in far enough and your cells give birth to more cells. They adapt, they evolve, they respond. It is the same process, repeating at every scale. Life generating life. Generating life, a loop without beginning or end. If every atom, if every quantum field could be a universe, then perhaps the universe we know is simply just one layer in a much larger reality. A universe inside a universe inside a universe, each one with its own laws, its own intelligence, its own pattern of creation. And your consciousness, the awareness you have right now, might be one tiny but vital part of that loop, a witness and a participant in the growth of life within life. The illusion of inside and outside we should also speak about. Once you see it, the idea of inner and outer reality begins to completely dissolve. The same patterns that create galaxies create your cells. The same forces that keep planets in orbit keep your atoms spinning. You are not separate from the intelligence of the universe. You are an expression of it. And the layers of consciousness, humans like to believe we are the most conscious life form. And yet, we can dip in and out of consciousness all the time. In dreams, for example, in habits, in distractions. There are other life forms out there, even microscopic life, that are more deeply attuned to their role in the web of existence. I mean, even when I mentioned your cells working in perfect order, doesn't it have to mean that they have to be conscious of what they are doing to work so perfectly? They can't get distracted and be like, oh, I forgot I need to do this work around here. They know the role that they play and they carry out their duties no matter what. No matter if, oh, they're just not feeling like it today, or they just got distracted by something that doesn't belong in your body coming in and suddenly it doesn't know how to act. They always know how to act. And each one of your cells has its own unique role, each aware of its responsibilities and aware of other cells, because the cells actually send messages to each other. One cell will tell another cell, something has entered my body, your body, that does not belong. Please, can you come here and eliminate it? Another cell sends out a message, okay, that thing that didn't belong in your body is now gone. We don't have to be in fight or flight mode anymore. And so all your other cells follow along with that instruction and they go into the parasympathetic state, which is the rest state, because they don't want to be using up unnecessary energy. Each one is dedicated to the survival and harmony of the whole. They are experiencing life differently than you. Yes, they are not human, but they are experiencing it nonetheless. Life is a loop. The neurons firing in your brain, they are life. The connections they form are like a code. Isn't that exactly what we're building in artificial intelligence? Systems that can learn, adapt, and perhaps even think? But what if we were created by a form of intelligence? What if the loop, life giving birth to life, is endless and we are simply one expression of it? I mean, we can create life through birth. We as human beings can give life to another human being, but we can also give life in many other ways too. And the communication between our senses, even the air around you may be alive in ways we can't yet measure. The particles in the air, they may be communicating, reacting, exchanging information with each other. And why wouldn't they? Everything, you, me, the stars, the air, is made of the same raw material, the same atoms, the same cosmic dust forged in ancient stars now flows through your veins. If you could travel into yourself, past the skin, past the muscle, past the organs, you'd see landscapes as stunning as any on Earth. Vast highways of nerve fibers transmitting information faster than lightning, power plants of mitochondria glowing with the light of energy creation, tiny immune warriors patrolling like watchful guardians, and deeper still, into the realm of atoms and quantum fields, a place where reality is fluid, where everything is both wave and particle, where possibilities exist before they take form. This is happening inside of you right now. And so you are not simply the universe. You are the universe, folded in on itself, breathing itself into being, a living echo of creation, repeating endlessly in every single direction. Life gives birth to life, intelligence creates intelligence, and the loop keeps going forever. Consider this: if there truly is a universe inside you, if your cells are alive with intelligence, then the next question is, are they aware of you? Do they know that they are part of something bigger? Right now, you're sitting here listening to these words, and your cells are dividing, healing, defending, repairing, but they have no concept of you as a person. They don't know your name, they don't know your thoughts, they don't know you are watching a video right now, and yet their work sustains you. And if that's true, what if we are doing the exact same thing? What if we ourselves inside a much greater organism, working, building, living our lives, unaware of the vast being we are a part of? And the possibility of a higher body is becoming more and more likely. Imagine that galaxies are like cells, that the swirling atoms of the Milky Way are like strands of DNA. A body so large that the speed of light is too slow for us to perceive its movements. A being so vast that our entire existence is just one tiny function within it. We wouldn't even be able to comprehend it any more than your red blood cell can comprehend that it's carrying oxygen to keep you alive so you can love, dream, and create. Are we inside someone else's nervous system? What if the filaments of dark matter connecting galaxies are like the nerves of this higher being, pathways for information to travel? What if the supernova are like sparks of thoughts? What if black holes are like the recycling systems, breaking matter down so it can be reborn in a different form? We may be inside a living consciousness right now, completely unaware of the whole, because we are the whole, just on a smaller scale. Is the intelligence aware of us? If this larger organism exists, the question is, does it know that we are here? Maybe to it, we are like individual cells, vital, but not individually recognized. Or maybe it's more aware than we realize. Maybe Our collective thoughts and emotions are signals like hormones or neurotransmitters sending messages through this vast body. Perhaps the way that we experience inspiration, synchronicity, or deep intuition is not random, but the larger being communicating with its cells. When you feel a sudden pull to create or a moment of profound clarity, maybe that's the equivalent of a nerve impulse from something far beyond you. Now, prepare yourself for this, because this is where it gets truly mind-bending. When a cell in your body reaches the end of its life, it doesn't just disappear, it transforms. Sometimes it divides, sometimes it becomes part of something new, sometimes its components are recycled into other cells. But what if death for us works the exact same way? What if instead of ending, our consciousness divides, spreads, or transforms into a new universe completely, just like a cell creating new life? Maybe when you die, you are not leaving the system, you are becoming a new system, a single spark of awareness, expanding outwards, birthing its own reality filled with its own galaxies, planets, and living beings. And those beings, in their own time, will one day wonder if they too are cells inside something greater. Consciousness is the ultimate recycler. Everything that we know in the universe is recycled. Stars explode, their elements form new stars, planets, and life. Cells die, their components form new cells. Whatever evaporates, falls and flows again. So why would consciousness be any different? Perhaps awareness itself is endlessly reborn, dividing, merging, evolving, just like matter and energy. And perhaps life is nested inside life. Picture an infinite sequence, an atom inside a molecule inside a cell inside a body inside a planet's ecosystem, a planet inside a solar system inside a galaxy inside a cluster inside a universe, and maybe a universe inside a single cell of something beyond our comprehension. If this nesting never ends, then there is no largest and no smallest, only layers stretching further in both directions. And what if the laws are the same at every level? If the patterns of creation are truly universal, then the rules that govern a cell's survival may be the same rules that govern a galaxy's. Cells communicate chemically, galaxies communicate gravitationally, but both require balance, cooperation, and adaptation. Maybe even wars, disasters, and challenges in the world are like illnesses in a body. Moments where the larger organism shifts, heals, or adapts. Maybe acts of kindness and collective creativity are like the cells of a heart working in perfect union. If we are cells inside something greater, then our purpose might not be what we think it is. It may not be about personal achievement alone, but about the health and harmony of the whole. We might be here to create, to connect, to exchange information, to keep the larger being alive in ways we can't fully see. And perhaps when we feel most aligned, it's because we are in harmony with the greater body. And when we feel lost or disconnected, it's because we've drifted from the role we are here to play. And let's also point out the fact that we can 100% create reality. We can affect the way that the world works just through our consciousness. Just exactly like the cells in our body know exactly when a harmful bacteria enters the body and knows exactly how to get rid of it, we too can completely change reality just with our thoughts, just with our actions. We are part of the greater whole. We are literally inside the greater whole, and then the greater whole is also inside of us. And this leads to one of the most incomprehensible ideas of all. If we are cells inside a greater being, and our cells are universes in themselves, then every layer is alive, aware, and part of an endless hall of mirrors. Somewhere right now, a being could be looking up at its night sky, which is, in reality, the inside of you, And you, when you look up at your night sky, may be staring into the body of something even greater. And so the line between science and spirituality begins to blur. The question stops being, is there life out there, and becomes, are we life in here? The search for God or the Creator might not lead outward into space, but inward, into the infinite nesting of reality. Because maybe the truth is not that the universe is out there and we are in here. Maybe the truth is there is no one out there or in here. There is only life, endlessly giving birth to life itself, to consciousness. And if that is true, then you right now are both the smallest and the largest thing in existence, a single note in cosmic symphony, and the entire symphony itself. We have proven to ourselves that something so small can have a huge impact and significance, because we are so small and tiny compared to the vastness of it all. But that doesn't mean that we are less significant. So something that we can't see with our naked eye, that also doesn't mean that it's any less significant. It's life. It's consciousness. It is awareness. It is life birthing life. And what if time only exists on our scale of reality? A single heartbeat for a greater being could be 1 billion years for us, and maybe the Big Bang was simply the moment this higher organism took its first breath, and we've been living inside that breath ever since. Maybe black holes are the cell nuclei of the universe, gateways where matter and information are paused to the next layer of existence. What falls into a black hole here could emerge as the seed of a new universe somewhere else. This perspective is everything. It reminds us that nothing in life is separate, and even the smallest action carries deep meaning with a large design. You are both the creator and the creation, shaping life whilst also being shaped by it. So the next time that you breathe, move, or simply exist, or have any kind of thought or impact, remember, you are part of the intricate living universe that is always in motion. Life is not just happening to you, life is happening through you. And you are giving birth to life, to this universe, to this earth. Earth would be nothing without you. The experiences that we have on earth, they shape us, they help us become more conscious. But also life would have nothing to offer if we weren't here, if we weren't adapting life, if we didn't let life adapt us. I'd love to hear your most mind-bending theories in the comments below. And if this video stirred up anything inside you, please let me know. I would love to hear your opinion about all of this. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you again in my next video.